Alright guys, Fuller coming to you with another video. Shout outs to the whole LDVC. If you like this video, please feel free to subscribe to the page. Please feel free to like the video, and please feel free to hit the notification icon. You know, this channel is just something that I do as a hobby, but we're still gonna make sure this hobby is one pursued with passion. So be prepared. There's some more stuff to come, you know, especially with this Earl Spence fight coming up. You know, your boy is going to be in the building, you know, and he also is going to be part of the pre-fight festivities as well, if all goes according to plan. So, you know, I was going to wait to do kind of like a recap on the fights this weekend that we just had done, and I'll probably make a separate video for Erislandy Laura as well later, you know. But anyhow, excuse the noise. If there's too much noise, it's because I'm outdoors right now, but I just decided to make this video right now. Now, you know, as you know, Lomachenko, I think he has the WBO belt, the WBC belt, and the WBA belt. Okay. Now, what has happened is that, you know, I guess you have to say he has to choose which one of the young lions he's going to fight. Okay. The reason being that, you know, if all goes according to plan, Devin Haney, you know, provided Devin Haney gets past his next opponent, and provided that basically, you know, basically that he does get past them, then that would make him a mandatory for one of Lomachenko's belts. Okay. But now there has been, the plot has thickened now, okay? And the way the plot has thickened now, shout outs to all the other publications who revealed this. I think Three Kings Boxing is one of them. Shout outs to Three Kings Boxing. Also shout outs to Ashley's Corner. She also broke this news, did a video about it, basically. You know, shout outs to her. But what happened is now Gervonta has vacated 130 and has moved to 135, you know, and as a result of moving to 135, he is now a mandatory for Vasily Lomachenko's WBA belt. Okay, so from the looks of it, it looks like Vasily Lomachenko will get what he wants. That there'll be no more of this, how should I put it? There'll be no more of this you know, back and forth. There'll be no more of this Floyd, why are you hiding your fighter? There'll be no more of this Floyd and Gervonta Davis are just businessmen. They're not real fighters. There'll be no more of this, you know, if he wants to fight me, he needs to move up to 135. That's out the window now. You know, the path has been cleared. Now the real question is, though, this is the real question we have to ask ourselves. This is a real serious question. The real question is Bob Arum going to let him fight Gervonta Tate Davis? Because we know Bob Arum to be a good talker, but when it comes to putting these fights together, he falls pretty short of doing that. He falls pretty short of putting the fights together that we want, you know? That's what he falls short of doing, right? Now, the thing is, I'm waiting to see what Bob Arum says about this, you know? Because the thing is this. He's going to have to choose one of those opponents, you know, to fight. He's going to have to choose either Devin Haney or Gervonta Tank Davis. You know, the thing is also lurking in the woods, basically, is Teofimo Lopez, who may possibly hold the last piece of the puzzle if he is successful at defeating Richard Commey. But I don't know if he's going to be successful at defeating Richard Commey. And if Richard Commey is successful, I don't know if he will be able to beat Vasily Lomachenko. I think what will happen is that, you know, I think Richard Commey is the type of dude who will be too starstruck and, you know, be able to, and will succumb to the quote-unquote matrix, you know what I mean? I don't think he'll be able to keep his poise in there with him. You know, that's the problem. Now, to be honest with you, though, to be completely real, I was going to make a video about this too, but the thing is about, like, African fighters and the difference between, like, African fighters from the continent and African descended fighters brought up in America is that, you know, African fighters are durable, tough, you know, and willing to get in a fight, you know what I mean? That's how they like to fight. But the thing is about it is that when it comes to, like, the gift of the footwork, when it comes to the gift of the gift of the footwork, the head movement, and things like that, they kind of leave some things to be desired, you know. Like me, when I was, like, first coming up fighting in Africa, basically, you know, we learned the fundamentals, we learned all of those things, you know. But when I came here, you know, this is where, like, I incorporated the rhythmic part of the fighting into my style, and I also incorporated of course, the Cuban style into my style with my durability and with my, like, warrior mentality. So I put it together like a gumbo, basically, or like a dish we have in our country. Like, I put it together like, I mean, actually, gumbo is the best word to use, you know, because we call it gumbo too. And the gumbo just has a bunch of seafood, vegetables, and all kinds of other stuff, man. But I think Richard Commey has, unfortunately, just that one-dimensional, durable, up-and-down style and you're going to need more than that to beat Lomachenko. That's the whole thing. So I don't think that's enough unless Andre Rozier goes to the drawing board and tries to develop that in him. But 135, man, from the sounds of it and what I'm seeing, it looks like there's going to be like a collision course, you know? If these fights get made, we could see like a collision course, and I don't know who comes out on top, but if I had to choose who comes out on top, I would say Gervonta Tank Davis, you know? A lot of people, for some reason, when they talk about Gervonta Tank Davis, they just talk about the power, right? That's all they talk about, is the bone-crushing power that this dude puts dudes to sleep, okay? But they don't talk about the boxing ability. He is a boxer. He is a very slick boxer too, at that. You know, just because he cloaks his boxing in power doesn't mean it ain't fair. You dig? So that's the one thing about this whole situation, okay? So it's the same thing with Earl Spence and certain different fighters. I'll give you two examples. Earl Spence, we've seen in the Lamont Peterson and the Mikey Garcia fight that he can box, right? But he hasn't had the need to box, right? Another example. People didn't think Erislandy Lara can stand 10 toe-to-toe. They used to think he was a runner, you know? But, of course, we saw in the Jared Hurd fight that he had to stand there and trade due to the simple fact that, you know, if he would have stayed outside and pot shot it, he probably wouldn't, the scorecards wouldn't probably be that close. So he had to go toe-to-toe, okay? So with that being said, fighters have different dimensions, man. And sometimes those dimensions aren't seen right away, you know? That's what I have to say about the whole thing. So if you ask me who comes out in that 135 division, I'm going to have to lean towards Gervonta Tank Davis. And maybe at a close second, I lean towards Devin Haney. You know, still we have to say his power is at question, but I think his man strength is coming along, okay? I think it's coming. So with that being said, you know, let's see what happens. Let's see what Lomachenko does. Let's see which one he takes, what fight he takes, you know, and let's see if he really wants that smoke from Tank, okay? But anyhow, this was just a short video about that. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments, man. Fula signing out. Njarama.